DreAllDay.com.
Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. This topic, I want to talk about eating your vegetables. And I don't mean actual vegetables, but I could mean that. I mean it more in a metaphorical sense. But this is something that I talk about all the time, honestly, especially on the subject of discipline, mental toughness, is being consistent in your habits and routines for the stuff that's going to help you become successful, whatever that is for you. I'm assuming if you're watching this video that you have some things that you want to do that are going to help you get to the success that you want. We usually call those goals. And the thing is, especially with the internet, and you look on all the social platforms that we got, if you want to include YouTube in that, then you got the Twitters, the Instagram, the Facebook, the TikToks, and all this stuff where all kinds of people putting out all kinds of material, maybe even yourself. And we have a choice every single day with what we decide to invest our time in, with time being the most valuable resource we have. You also got money, attention, energy, and focus, but time being the most valuable thing. As you run out of all those other four things, you can get it back. You run out of time, the game's over. The real game is completely over. And every day when you have that allotment of time, that 24 hours, you have a choice. All right, am I gonna invest my time into something that's going to help me get better, something that's going to help me improve? Usually we call that personal development. Personal development, the way that I define it, is an investment that you make on purpose in taking in something, some type of material, whether that's a conversation with a person, a book, a course, a podcast, a video, something that's going to make you a more valuable person moving forward. That's personal development. And you get to choose what's going to make you more valuable. So that you get to choose whether you're going to do that, or are you going to invest in something that's not really going to pay you back. It might be enjoyable in the moment and entertaining in the moment, but is it really going to make you better in the long run? Usually we all, by using your best judgment, you probably have a pretty good idea of what material is entertaining for the moment, but it's not really doing anything for you 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, even tomorrow is not going to do anything for you. But it might be fun in that moment. And you can discern between what those things are and the things that are, if I pay attention to this right now, this is going to make me smarter. It's going to make me better prepared for this business that I'm trying to start. It's going to make me more equipped for this job that I'm trying to get, or for this company that I'm working at, or whatever it is. Those are the personal development things. You can, again, using your own best judgment, you can discern between one and the other. There's not really a lot of gray area between knowing which is which. And the reason I'm explaining those two, and the reason why I talked about eating your vegetables, is this. The stuff that is going to be entertaining now but ain't really doing nothing for you in the future, that's like eating candy. All right, everybody knows what eating candy is like, right? I was just at the mall yesterday, as a matter of fact, and I know there's a candy store in the mall, and I went to the candy store. I walked out of my way in the mall to go to the candy store to buy me some candy. And I knew I was getting candy. I know candy is overall in the long run not good for me, but I just wanted some candy in that moment. So I'm not telling you that there's anything wrong with you as a human being, or that you're a bad person if you decide to consume some candy. And when I'm talking about the material that you're taking in, where you're investing your time, nothing wrong with you in doing it. It's just that when you're doing it, you need to know that you're doing it. And then you need to weigh that against, all right, how much vegetables are you eating compared to how much candy you're eating? Because if you're taking your time every day, that 24 hours that you have, and you're investing it all in eating candy, all right, how are you going to become a more valuable person? How are you ever going to get to run that business that you want to run, or get that knowledge that you need so that you can become the type of person who's worth, the kind of salary that you want to make? With the text messages that I get every single day, every time somebody comes into my text community, I usually ask them, what is it you're working on right now? Where are you trying to get to? What are your challenges? What are the things that you really want to improve on in your life right now? And often, I would say about 40% of the time when somebody reaches out to me, they say something along the lines of, I want to make more money. I want to do more business. I want to, up level myself when it comes to my income, my revenue, and just my status and my stature. So if that's you, and I know some people who are watching this, that is describing you. If that's you, the question is, are you eating vegetables to grow, or are you eating candy and hoping that you're going to grow from eating candy? Now, we all know, even though eating vegetables is not always so fun, it's not always so enjoyable, we all understand that eating vegetables will probably make your muscles and your bones grow stronger and bigger than eating Skittles and Snickers bars will, right? Everybody logically understands that. You don't need anyone to explain it to you. You don't need to go to a nutritionist or a doctor to understand that. The challenge is, do you have the discipline to, when you have a choice, you can reach for the bowl of M&Ms, or you can reach for some broccoli and some spinach. Which one are you reaching for? Which one are you doing when you have a choice? And I'm analogizing this to how we use the internet, simply because the internet is available to all of us. We all got, if you're watching this, you probably have a smartphone. You have a choice. And on each one of these platforms, there's some vegetables you could be consuming, and there's some candy you could be consuming. There's some substantial material that will make you better and smarter and a more efficient, more productive, more valuable individual. You could consume that, or you could consume the bullshit. And you have a choice, right? We all know this. So knowing this, being conscious about it, hopefully, and this is what I talk about all the time, when you're conscious about it, then maybe you'll make some better choices. Maybe you'll make some different choices. Let me not even call them better choices, because it's not my position. I'm unqualified to tell you what's a good choice for you, but you're qualified to tell yourself what's a good choice for you. What makes sense for you as far as how you're going to invest your time. Now, if you want to invest your time in taking in the candy, the bullshit, this is this celebrity did this with this other celebrity, this rapper is dissing this other rapper, these people who you never heard of are fighting in the mall and somebody videotaped it, whatever it is, that bullshit y'all be paying attention to. Do you want to invest in that, your time, the most valuable resource you have, or do you want to invest your time in something or someone who's going to give you some things that's going to make you think, that's going to challenge you to get smarter, is going to challenge you to think a little bit differently, to be more critical in your approach in life? And which one is going to help you get closer to your goals? Because the way you discern whether you're making a good decision or a not so good decision is weighing it not against what another person thinks. It ain't about what I said. It's not about me saying, oh, Dre said, or if I'm reading through the comments on somebody's Instagram post, then that's a bad decision. But if I watch a video on critical thinking, that's a good decision. No, that is not really what it is. That could be what it is, but that's not the baseline. That's not how you're going to measure. What you're going to measure is by asking yourself, what are my goals? Where do I want to be at the end of this year? Where do I want to be in 5 years? Where am I trying to get to by in whatever it is that you're doing? You got to ask that question and you have to answer it. Now, once you answer it, then you ask yourself, based on these goals that I have, are the things that I'm consuming getting me closer to them, or are they taking me further away? Being that your time is not infinite. So every minute that you spend, you are either getting closer to where you want to go, or you're getting further away from where you want to go, because time is ticking whether you're using it or not. Whether you're using it in a way that's getting you in a productive way or not is based on, whether you're using it in a productive way or not, time continues to move. Now, again, that word productive is relative. Productive is based on where you're trying to go. Now, if you don't know where you're going, then I guess anything could be productive or it could be completely unproductive because you don't have a goal. Given that you have goals, I'm going to assume that you have goals. If you can listen to me for even this long, 7-8 minutes, I'm assuming that you have some goals. Then you need to weigh your actions against your goals and weigh your investments, i.e. how you spend your time, against your goals. Is this getting me there, or is this keeping me away? Is this me using my time in a way that I'm going to say, I'm glad I used my time this way because I made progress here? Or are you going to look back and say, damn, I used some time, but I can't identify a damn thing that using this time actually helped me get closer to where I'm trying to be? This is a question that you not only want to ask yourself right now, maybe because you're thinking about it because I'm saying it. This is a question you want to be asking yourself all the time, every single day, in the actions that you're taking with the people that you talk to. All right, is talking to this person getting me closer to where I want to be or not? Is watching this video helping me become the type of person that I need to be or not? Is reading this, am I going to read this book, or am I going to read these Instagram captions and comments? Am I going to see what, this person who's already did what I'm trying to accomplish, do I want to read what they're talking about on how they did it and how I can do it? Or am I going to read through, these people arguing on Twitter? Which one is going to get you closer to where you're trying to be in your life? And these are questions that, again, you want to make these conscious questions that you're asking yourself over and over and over again. In my book, Work on Your Game, I talk about this. We call these habits. This can become a thought habit. And habits are in your actions. They're in the way that you think. They're in the way that we respond to things, unconscious and unconscious. So you want to make these habitual. And what I talk about in my book is that your habits are like your employees. They're like your staff. They work for you. Because 85% of what we do in life is habitual, meaning we're not conscious about it, but we do it over and over again, which means 85% of your life is resulting from things that are happening that you're not even consciously aware of. So if those things you're not consciously aware of are not helping you get to where you want to be as a person, then you could be taking yourself backwards and not even be aware of the fact that it's happening. That's why you got to get conscious about your habits. And it's not that all your habits, you're going to be thinking about them all the time. You would go crazy if you had to think about everything that's mostly unconscious. Is that you want to get conscious about those things and then get those unconscious things doing stuff that you want them to do for you. So now 85% of your life on autopilot are things that are helping you move forward. So imagine if 85% of the stuff that happened in your life you weren't even thinking about, you weren't even consciously aware of, but they're actually helping you get better. How much faster would you improve in life? How much faster would you get to your goals? This is the way that I want you to think about your habits, what you're doing consciously, and where you're investing your time, because time is the most valuable thing you have. So are you eating vegetables or are you eating candy? And this is, again, I've said this like 5 times already, this is a choice. And if you're not conscious about that choice, you might make some bad choices and not even be aware that you're doing it. I don't want that to happen to you. So I'm giving you this message. I'm leading you to the water, but you got to choose to drink it. So all that said, you want to get my daily motivation text. This is something that you will consciously read, and it'll consciously help you start thinking about where you're going and what you're doing. You get it for free every day, straight to your phone. Just text me at this number, 305-384-6894. It's down below in the show notes as well, 305-384-6894. And you want to join my mastermind where I coach people directly. You can work with me one-on-one and in group. That's at Work on Your Game University. My Bulletproof Mastermind is a group program. You go to workonyourgameuniversity.com. Workonyourgameuniversity.com. See all our options, see what we got going on. Work on your game. Dre, all